Hello, welcome back to another podcast episode. I'm JT McPherson, your host, obviously, because I'm the only one that's here. So today I'm actually did a little differently now. Instead of sitting on my couch, I'm actually sitting in my chair. I got stuff in the background, so like it's more interesting, more generic, if you can say. So I got my sub count in the background. Hopefully, later on these podcasts, it grows. So before we begin, I'm kind of debating if I should post this on YouTube. Like majority of my audiences are on YouTube, so I feel like I think I should post it so then I can convert them to Spotify or any platform they're more comfortable with, so they don't have to watch it on a TV or phone. Or I should just keep on posting it both on YouTube and Spotify. But I think I have made up my mind, and starting from now on, I'm still gonna post on YouTube and also on other sites so I can get more audiences coming in. And also, since I'm doing video mode, people on Spotify, if they're watching the video, they can see, oh, this guy's pretty cool, so I'm gonna go subscribe to his YouTube channel. So am I gonna make YouTube videos shortly? I feel more confident, I feel more comfortable, and I feel honestly more intrigued of making a video. I don't think it's gonna be really high tech, but I'm gonna put a lot of editing into these new videos so I can get my editing score up. So anyway, let's just get right into this podcast. I was gonna invite some people on, but I feel like beginning of these episodes, I'm thinking I'm gonna do a season where I just kind of get in the drift, you know. I'm not really ready to have people on here yet because I'm still working out details, still figuring out what's right and what should I do, and also like technicality. All right, I feel like if I understand how I'm gonna do this and if the audio sounds good, so it's not all staticky or like bad or anything, and then when I get all that stuff down and I feel comfortable having people on here and know what I'm gonna talk about, then I'm probably gonna do that later on because I want to get all the technical difficulties down and also be more comfortable and open for it and not so like stressful and like kind of like nervous to talk. So yeah, I'm thinking sooner or later I'm gonna have people on here. But like I just said, I'm just rambling on. So let's get on to this right now. So I was going to make a video on Logan Paul, but I feel like it's better if I kind of did a podcast on him, because since everyone's doing a podcast on each other, I feel like I should get into it because I'm generic. So yeah, to start off, we're gonna react to his apology video. Not really apology video, is more like, hey, I'm not in the wrong, everyone else is in the wrong. So yeah, let's begin, and I kind of pause it on the way, and check out this bad boy. Boom. Right there in the corner. If it's too small for you, I'm sorry, but this is a lot better for me. So let's get right into it.
CoffeeZilla. I watched your 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation, so in this video today, I'm going to be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, CoffeeZilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. But as opposed to just...
That's a pretty bold statement to say that, but like, see, like, I feel like he's just doing that to make people hate him. Because like, oh, if I didn't know who CoffeeZilla was, I'd be like, oh, man, this guy sounds really awful if Logan Paul is saying he's a Keemstar of crypto. But like, that seems like he's just saying that to make people mad at him, It's just a title, It's like calling someone a fascist even though they're not a fascist. It's like, oh, if this guy's a fascist, I should hate him, I honestly, I don't really know what he's going at right here. And also, like, CoffeeZilla, it's not really like the Keemstar of crypto. He's just pointing out scams. You know, it's not like drama or anything. Like, this guy did this and he's related to crypto. No, he's just reporting on what's going on in the crypto world. And, and I'm gonna give my opinion about crypto. I feel like it's a huge scam. It is a huge scam, and I don't think people should put in their money into it if they don't know what they get into. I kind of like made a metaphor, if you want to call it that, of crypto. I kind of place it as crypto New York. All right, it's a fun place to go if you want to explore and find something there. But if you go in there, not know where you're gonna go or having basically no knowledge of this crypto New York, you're gonna get lost. You're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get scammed, and most of all, it's a dangerous place. But if you know what you're doing, you actually have years of experiences of going to these big areas that are brand new, and you also know what like the market is, and you know what to get the stuff at. You're probably gonna get out there big. But still, even if you have all that knowledge, you probably only make a cent of crypto. But I'm not a big crypto guy, but like every time I'm watching crypto stuff and I have a basic understanding what it is, it seems like people who invest it kind of like get scammed, lose all their money, and the people who promoted it come out rich. So yeah, let's just continue on with the video.
Telling you, I'm going to show you some of the core discrepancies that I caught in CoffeeZilla's investigation. Coffee, you interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million. Well, his name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process. I can see why you kept him anonymous.
Who will be calling Z here.
I guess among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm burning $50,000 a week.
Which, side note, is how this delusionist landed on the $1 million code ransom, but it turns out he only had 3 engineers. Wouldn't someone with journalistic integrity know their credible source had not only an agenda, but a fondness for orange jumpsuits?
See, I'm confused. Because why did Logan Paul didn't know he was a scam artist and a criminal? He hired him to the team to work on CryptoZoo, was handling large amounts of money. So this guy didn't do a background check to see? He's attacking CoffeeZilla because he didn't go full research about who this guy and who he's talking to. But at the same time, Logan, you did the same mistake. You hired him. Let's continue watching the video.
Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on? Because even if you're lying to yourself, Steven, you still have to believe.
What's this dramatic music playing in the background?
What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process, who has...
He doesn't say it's his fault, but he says, I put this picture right next to my face, so that means I'm at fault. But he didn't really admit it. He just said, it's my fault for trusting people I hired to hire other people. I'm pretty sure if you own a company, you should do background checks for everybody. Even if you have someone that you hire to hire people, you still have that person say, yeah, I did a background check to this person, and he doesn't really feel right or sit right with me to fill in this position. But just saying I'm so mad because the people I thought I could trust turn out to be hiring people that can steal a lot of money from people. That's their fault. I'm an idiot for trusting them. You're an idiot for trusting. It's so dumb. He's placing the blame on people, even though this is his operation. This is he's running this operation. Even though there's 2 people running it, it's still his operation, and he should take full responsibility of people losing their money and also full responsibility to hiring con artists and criminals into his business. I'm not saying all criminals are bad and they shouldn't be hired, but if you're hiring with a person like he quoted, love wearing the orange suit, love wearing orange outfits, then you should have you should have hired him. All right, in his own words, that the guy loved wearing orange suits, then you should haven't hired him, and you shouldn't blame CoffeeZilla for not doing a background check because you did the exact same thing. But the difference between CoffeeZilla and you is that CoffeeZilla was doing it for a video. You are handling tons of money that could be stolen. Yeah, let's continue.
Turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires, the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me. And surely you knew Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you interviewed him. So either you missed that or you knew it and failed to let the public know. Why? Because it was a clear sign that he was also untrustworthy. You seemed pretty excited when the guy told you that he couldn't hatch the eggs.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
You're kidding. You can't hatch?
You can't hatch?
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch eggs and even breed your animals.
Click on that. Oh, we got a duck.
And as you pointed out in your fine print, cross-hatching was available on ETH at one point, but you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, Guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
I'm telling you, it's just a
Logan, you shouldn't say that if you're promoting your NFT thing. Oh, it's just pictures. It sounds like it's worth nothing. Oh, you spent all this money on an NFT? Guess what, pal? It's just a picture. You know, that's just how he sounds like. And I'm so surprised that he's... For the longest time, I always hear Logan Paul saying, oh, NFT is the future. Oh, cryptocurrency is the future. But when he's getting attacked because he was promoting these things, he's like, oh, it's just a picture, guy. You know, I don't know. I don't really know the whole NFT world and stuff, but that seems like, you know, you just like saying it's worth nothing. You know, you ain't saying like, oh, my product, this NFT I'm selling to you, that you can get more money. It's just a picture, you know, like you shouldn't say that. It's like, oh, it's more than a picture. But looking at this Crypto Zoo NFT thing, it is just a picture. There's nothing to it. It's just like, I heard someone says it's like stock images. Okay, let me just go back. Look at that. That looks like a Nat Geo Wild picture. Like someone just took, like, it doesn't look like an NFT to me. What's the drawing? Like, at least I kind of get NFTs because, like, someone drew them or someone did, like, a mass CGI or something, you know? But this looks like just a picture, and Logan Paul is just saying it's just a picture. So why should I put money into it if it's just a picture? So like I don't really get it, you know? I don't really get the whole Crypto Zoo thing. And then like I guess you can hatch other eggs and you combine animals to make mutant animals. And I saw the mutant animal pictures. It just looked like someone like attached duck arms to an elephant, you know? Like it's just poorly Photoshop things, you know. It ain't like creating new animals, you know. Like it's like not like, oh, what would this look like? It's just like, okay, attach the wings to the elephant because a duck has wings, you know. Like yeah, I don't know. It's just like this whole NFT thing. Like at least I kind of get why it's like kind of like art, you know. Like they're selling it, but it's digital. I don't really get why it's so expensive. You know, like, I kind of get that part, but, like, Logan's saying is just, like, it, like he said, it's just a picture. So, I don't really get it, you know? So, where am I at?
Right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without trying to get...
just a picture.
And surely a real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then more like an internet criminal, post it online.
And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Now, although you didn't verify any backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws, you still published the defamation. However, unlike you, the blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his motives were purely financial. Conman Eddie, lead developer, stole $1.7 million. True or not, when we learned he was a bad actor as well, he was immediately removed from the team. While myself and Jeff sold nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain.
Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul.
I repeat, Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money on CryptoZoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case
a lot of
with
people
dozens
lost
of
money
crypto
too,
and NFT
Logan.
projects, the space is unfortunately ripe for bad actors to infiltrate projects that start with even the best intentions. Jake the Snake is no longer affiliated with CryptoZoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining his reputation. Conman Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout, but I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back. But even after 12 months of work, you've still managed to overlook one crucial piece of information. See, even though I've said it's coming so many times, you've assumed that CryptoZoo isn't being made. Who are you to decide when the development timeline ends? I got everything stolen from me and our community.
No, it's sad that I shouldn't really say it's sad, but yeah, the development of something like this is probably gonna be hard when everyone you hired were criminals or bad actors, you said. But but it just sounds like I should pity him instead of being mad at him. That's what it makes me feel watching this. It's like, oh man, I feel so bad for Logan, but then I realize a lot of people who invested in this lost a lot of money. So should I be sad that a rich person lost, I guess pocket change? I don't know how much money he tried to put it into this, but then there's people who, for example, me, that don't have that much money, but looking at this, oh man, this seems like I could get rich off of this, and no, I put a lot of money into it, and a lot of investors that were interested in it, now rich like Logan Paul put a lot of money into it, so it seems like, I should be feeling bad for the common Joe like me, who put a lot of money into this thinking that they might come out rich at the end of it. And then when they find out that all the money was stolen by Logan Paul's employees, I'd be pretty pissed off. And Logan hasn't just said oh, I'm sorry, all right? He doesn't apologize for what CryptoZoo did to a lot of people. Yes, it could have worked. Yes, you could have hatched eggs. But still, there's a lot of money that went into it that wasn't your money, and a lot of it was taken away from people, and they haven't got paid back, or just frankly just have no belief into this, So for Logan Paul just to sit here and just blame CoffeeZilla for everything, apparently, I feel like that's a prick move, That's a scummy move, and instead of acknowledging that he messed up. And then also saying oh, I'm sorry that everyone lost the money. I'm going to try to fix this, He's just saying well, CoffeeZilla spread my name for something, it's somewhat factual, I did watch CoffeeZilla's 3 parts, and maybe he did believe into the people that were actually the true villains in the story. Without doing maybe a little bit more research on CryptoZoo, but I know is that Logan Paul is not talking about the big thing he has done before CryptoZoo. And it's this crypto thing he's been doing for a while, where he promotes a crypto thing or an NFT project and says, please invest all your money into this. This is going to be big. And then when it's at the high point, he cashes out and then never talks about it again. And then Months later, he talks about a new crypto thing where a bunch of people of his fans put a lot of money into it and saying, oh, you're going to get rich. You're going to get rich. Trust me, this is going to be big. And then he pulls out when it gets to the highest point and then leaves everyone with no money. He's missing the big thing where there's actually evidence of him gaining a bunch of money from push and shove scams. I don't know what they call it, but it's basically where it's just like, this new crypto coin, it's going to be big, it's going to be huge, invest all your money. And then when a bunch of people do, and it gets pretty high, the main guy who was saying all that stuff grabs his money, cuts and leaves, and then lets it die. So that's what the whole point was, that Logan was a scam, and this whole crypto thing, Crypto Zoo, that he's making could be another big scam where he can make it out big. Logan Paul, doing the pushing schemes things, I don't know what the hell they call it, but he did make $100,000 or like 10,000 above, nothing like $1 million or anything, but still that's a pretty scummy thing to do just for 90 or 60 grand or 100 grand, that's pocket change to you. Once again, you're a rich person basically stealing the common Joe's money just for a little change, I don't know his whole financial status is, but that's pretty scummy. It's like Elon Musk stealing a lot of money from people, a lot of money to me, but it's not a lot of money to Elon Musk if he's taking, $100,000 or 60 grand, he's a billionaire. But I don't know the whole Logan Paul thing is. I probably look like an idiot for saying it's pocket change, but still, he has a company, he has a big platform, he has a big podcast. Why does he need $100,000 from his fans? Countless of other things he's doing, especially Crypto Zoo. Why does he need $100,000 from a scam? It doesn't make sense to me. But who knows? I could be in the wrong. CoffeeZilla could be in the wrong. Or maybe Logan Paul's being in the wrong. And he's only pointing out the things that CoffeeZilla missed to seem like, I'm the good guy in the situation. But let's finish this video.
Stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it. And maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me personally, not my manager Jeff, who is not me, Steven, but the first time you did was on Christmas Eve after you released your series so you could rely on false statements and unreliable people used recklessly. The subject line was third request for comment. Yeah, not quite. This will be my third time reaching out to you and your team. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. Okay, so the last time on Christmas Eve, after the fact, was to me. You have a funny way of twisting things. And I also noticed you left out that part on Twitter. Why hide that? Trust me, Crypto Zoo is coming. I will make damn sure of it. And honestly, it sucks that after years of personal reform, going through trials and tribulations and busting my ass to evolve into a person that I can say I'm actually proud of, you led the charge to drive and monetize a narrative telling millions of people that I'm a fraud or I tried to scam my audience. That is patently false.
You did.
This video is mainly for my
covering
fans
the whole
and anyone who's on the
video.
fence that I hope I can help
It's
understand a situation that is tremendously complex. But
the whole video is not it's about Crypto Zoo. It's about countless other crypto things you have done in the past where it seemed like the only person that was making money was you. All right. This video is good. He points out big flaws in CoffeeZilla's thing, but he doesn't go in detail of the 3-part series. That's just why I'm kind of going on the video, because this video is 7 minutes long. 7 minutes long. That's not enough to cover and prove that you're innocent, all right? Only time you could make a 7-minute video is probably this guy's obviously lying through his teeth, have all the evidence right here, type of thing. But you only cover the big topic. You only talking about basically somewhat of you, and then only Crypto Zoo. He's making sure that CryptoZoo doesn't go under. And so when investors probably watch this video, it'll be like, oh, all right, okay, I kind of believe in Logan, so I can invest my money into CryptoZoo. So I'm not going to finish the whole video. It's just basically at the end saying, like, I'm going to file a lawsuit against CoffeeZilla, all that type of stuff. But yeah, like, God, I gotta move my second monitor. All right. So, what do I think about this whole situation? I feel like it is pretty dumb that people kind of fighting over cryptocurrency, because I feel like cryptocurrency is dumb. But is CoffeeZilla in the right? It kind of looks like Logan Paul has somewhat kind of through CoffeeZilla's argument a little bit, kind of just breaking it apart, and like snipping off like the big subjects he was talking about. So I feel like CoffeeZilla should rework this, make sure everything is factual. When I mean everything's factual, I mean a lot of evidence. Because if Logan Paul can basically snippet big chunk of your 3-part series, that's a big issue. That is a huge issue that I feel like CoffeeZilla should rework. But I could be totally wrong. Do I believe in Logan? Kind of. I believe in the things that he actually proven that these guys were frauds and shouldn't be trusted. But at the same time, sorry. But at the same time, like, why did Logan Paul trust these guys? Why did Logan Paul put a lot of his effort into these criminals that he could have basically did a simple background check, but he failed to, or his team failed, so we should blame his team? None of this is making sense. But I could be totally wrong in this, but I still stick to the side of CoffeeZilla, because CoffeeZilla didn't just hit CryptoZoo. He talked about a lot of things that Logan Paul has done with previous cryptocurrencies that he promoted for a long time and then just dropped instantly when he got his money out of it. So, wrap up this whole argument. Logan Paul did make good points in CoffeeZilla's argument that kind of makes you skeptical of CoffeeZilla in general. But at the same time, I've been watching CoffeeZilla's previous videos. I feel like he has a key understanding. Maybe CoffeeZilla got too carried away with listening to these people, and since he thought since these people work on his team, maybe they have a reason why, they're stealing a bunch of money. But I feel like CoffeeZilla, like Logan Paul said, should have done more research and make sure that, and he didn't really, I think CoffeeZilla should have been more skeptical of these people who stole money from Logan Paul and CryptoZoo. But anyway, I feel like people shouldn't go back to Logan Paul so soon, because he still has a lot to prove that he's still innocent. And I feel like CoffeeZilla is going to make a rebuttal to this. And finally, it's so difficult because I'm so torn, But I feel like you should be skeptical of both parties in this instance. But I am leaning more to CoffeeZilla than Logan Paul. Because, like I was saying, he didn't apologize for the people who lost a lot of money in this project. He kind of just made a pity party of him, saying, I'm, everything around me is their fault, but, me, I'm fine. So, yeah, that was a big topic, honestly. I don't think I could cover that in the video. And, yeah, Logan Paul sounds pretty scummy. But I shouldn't really say that. But, I've been watching him for a really long time. Before I was watching him a lot after when he got his act together and he's doing boxing, Prime energy drinks, the Prime drinks, those are really good. And it's kind of sad to see somebody that I was really proud that he kind of got his act together and he wasn't really prime Logan Paul. But it seems to me that like everyone you kind of put your trust into and kind of look up to kind of fail you in a way. But it could be interpretation bias because you could be like saying like, oh, Logan Paul hasn't done anything bad since the forest, or he has been pretty good of making up to people that you can be trustworthy, especially on his Impulsive podcast. But at the same time, you could be overlooking things. And then when people actually come out with videos that kind of show the true intentions on the internet, that kind of wakes you up and kind of realize, maybe this guy isn't the best guy on the internet. So hopefully Logan Paul can actually make a longer video instead of on his podcast, because I know he did a thing on his podcast. I watched a little bit of it, and I feel like I don't really want to trust those guys on his podcast. His co-podcasters, like they're really cool people, really nice, but like, they're getting paid by Logan. You can't really like say like, Logan, I'm pretty sure you're a scam artist on that podcast. And also, hopefully, CoffeeZilla kind of talks to Logan. I feel like that would be really big. I really want to cover that if Logan and CoffeeZilla went on Impulsive, because I guess Logan Paul doesn't want to go on his podcast or on his videos, so he has to go on Impulsive. But at the same time, I'm kind of worried that's a setup, something like that. Some big guy is inviting you to on his own podcast. That feels like a setup, I feel like it should be a neutral area, not Keemstar. Keemstar is not neutral, but like something that's neutral, So anything more big is going on? I was gonna show you this YouTube video, Moist Critical, about the whole YouTube change the rules on monetization. But I feel like I kind of know what's going on, so I'm gonna go off of that. So yeah. What's truly going on is that instead of 30 seconds of not saying anything bad or rude or harassment level type of stuff on YouTube to get like sponsors or monetization, they changed that to 8 seconds where you can do absolutely nothing. It has to be PG. So you can't have GTA in the background. You can't have Doom Eternal in the background. You can't have something that has gore, language, or anything, or drugs in the background. So that 8 second thing, has to be clean. A lot of people's gonna be like, "Oh, JT, that's not that bad. That's just 8 seconds." So you can just wait on the menu screen, or just like say, "Hey guys, welcome to the new video." But this is affecting every video, not just the newer videos after the privacy update. It's affecting every video behind that. So even before the people knew it. So like, just like for example, Moist Critical, he basically lost a lot of monetizations from all his videos, because it was before a bunch of privacy updates that prohibited him of swearing or saying stuff at the beginning. But Moist Critical, he loves doing that type of stuff, especially Prime YouTube, where basically you had free range before when YouTube got stricter. So all those videos that were making money are now not making money. Has it affected me? No, because I haven't been monetized yet. But like, I still can tell if my videos are monetized or not. But still, this is a really big change. And especially if it's affecting all your videos, instead of just, from now on, just keep it clean for 8 seconds, it's now like all your videos are just gone. You can't have any money on them no more. I feel like this is a scummy move, because there's a lot of YouTubers want PG back then, but now they're a little more lenient and don't like start off the video of aggressive. And I feel like that's kind of throwing off audience too. You can start off peaceful and PG, and then you kind of go really dark. I don't know, it's because of kids, but like still, I feel like that 30 seconds was a lot better than the 8 seconds, because those 30 seconds you actually had the person, but instead of them swearing, it was more like them, but like a little PG when they're talking. Instead of like all peachy Rainbow Land and like Mr. Rogers, come on in to this video. So like I feel like people can like act all PG and made for kids, and then like 8 seconds later they go playing Doom Eternal or GTA, killing a bunch of people. That seems like that can throw off a lot of people. But let me just continue on the monetization, because like I said, when YouTube was less lenient or more lenient, that didn't really care what people started off their videos, they would say, "Hey, what's up, you assholes," or something like that. But now, if someone says that, YouTube is like, "Oh, that's not cool," so banned. So you can't get money off that video. But with this new update, I can start off 8 seconds fine and all peachy, but then just go chaotic and just play the worst video games and also swear a lot. So like I don't really get why this update, it's like supposed to be more stricter. It's just more stricter for that 8 seconds than for the whole video. So I don't really get it. So a lot of people will probably be like, who cares? Just don't swear, But like, still, you can't. If you do a Doom Eternal video, you can't start out playing it. Or if you're commentator, you can't just start having a violent game in the background with, maybe like a game. But it still seems like if like a game is like, if it's like, a plasma gun, it's just like a make-believe gun, I feel like that will still be taken down, because I've been seeing YouTubers. So like they start it, and then like, it's like I don't get it, I don't really get it. So yeah, so I feel like YouTube should change that, What else I am pretty mad about YouTube. So mainly the dislike button. I feel like that should come back, because I don't know if people are enjoying the video or not. I know if you can see your own YouTube channel, saying like, oh, okay, this video is not really popular with people. But also, like, if I'm watching a video about something controversial, or more like not really controversial, but more like opinion that's kind of not valid, I feel like I want to know what people feel like about the video. So, if you have a person, let's just say like a person making a bad take on a video game. Now, if I look at the like, I have to imagine what's the dislike ratio. Because like I'd be seeing like videos with 1 million views, and I see like 20K likes. But like my brain just interprets that is bad. But who knows? People were not liking that video. The dislike button could be like 300. Like I don't really know what's going on. People could love it or hate it. So I'd be like, oh, let's check the comment section. But the top comments are usually pinned or most liked comments. You can't, if you click on the newest, you're gonna have the newest low liked comments. That's probably be more negative, and like people that you don't really see in the comment sections. More like old people. The newest comments is always that like old person with the full name in the YouTube title, and it's just saying like, oh, this video is bad. But if you look at the top comments, it's usually a pro comment. Saying, oh, keep up the good look, and then like create. So like I feel like I'm not getting the true answer to this, and I feel like it's kind of dumb that YouTube took away dislikes. And I heard rumors or theories about why they did this, and I'm not gonna state that they're factual, but it seems like it's most like it, because the whole quarantine thing, there was a lot of mass dislike droppings, not on people, but most likely on typical liberal media. So like CNN, liberal talk show hosts, like all that type of stuff that are talking badly about Republicans or Donald Trump. So they'd be going mass bomb raids, dislike button raids, my bad. And especially like for vaccines, doctors promoting the vaccines, or videos about COVID. There was a lot of dislikes. And people saying, well, the companies probably went to YouTube saying like, I hate that my videos are having 50K dislikes and like 100 thumbs ups. Like I want, I don't want that. So that's why they kind of disabled it, and YouTube just made a dumb excuse saying like, oh, we don't want to promote bad. We don't want to promote hatred. Like, but it's not really hatred. It's just your opinion. It's opinion on the topic. There's still the dislike button, so you can still mass dislike a video, but people just don't see it. Like, it's dumb. It's stupid. It's still the dislike button right there. You can click on it, but you just can't see it. The content creator will know it and know, oh, I can just play off that the video did well. Like if I make a popular video and people hate it, I can just say, oh, look at that. People love that video because look at how many likes I got, 20K, and I just don't talk about, the 100K dislike, So, dislikes, I just basically I don't get it. I don't get why the dislike button is still there if you don't want to show it. How they can really fix that is that, like, if people are intentionally disliking a video because someone told them to do it, you can find the original video where someone said, hate raid this person, like, type negative comments or dislike this video, then you can deal with that guy, not dealing with the whole community trying to express their opinion about the video. So, I don't really get why, because, like, if someone does, do a hate raid against a person, the person will still see how much dislikes there is and realize, this sucks. A bunch of people just hate me for no reason. And it ain't protecting them. It's just protecting the viewer seeing how many likes there are, Like, that's like the dumbest decision that everyone has made about this, about making people feel better. So yeah, I don't really get that. And I feel like I'm worried about YouTube. Most likely. I'm worried about YouTube because YouTube, like I said in the previous podcast, has become more corporate. It's become more corporate. It's leaning toward corporate businesses. So if you're a big billionaire and to say, I don't really like people talking about me badly, you can just probably pay off someone on YouTube, and then YouTube was just like, pull that video, demonetize this person, and make sure they can never make a YouTube channel. And I feel like that kind of sucks for the community because YouTube was meant for people to express their opinions about topics, about video games, or just basically show their life, But if someone, YouTube or the career or their life is getting destroyed by a big company, and they express their opinion about it, and the whole YouTube channel gets demonetized, the video gets taken down, can't even contact YouTube because, YouTube doesn't want you to, or YouTube just doesn't really care. And then you basically have no money. You're worried about what you're going to do with your career now because your career was mostly YouTube. So, like, it's so easy that YouTube can just take something away from people and just never talk about it. And then the sucky part about that is that you can't really contact YouTube. I see people getting so frustrated because they're contacting the people, like, if you get a certain amount of, when you get monetized and you get a certain amount of subscribers, you can get your personal person contact from YouTube, but they can't really do anything. The only thing they can do is, like, say, like, all right, this video's all right, it doesn't really provide community guidelines. So they just basically give you advice. They can't really go up to YouTube and say, this content creator I'm working with is not getting any money. How come? How is that? Like, they can't really do that, And hearing people talk about that, it seems like they're scared or afraid. Like, no hate towards those people because those people are actually caring for the YouTubers. Because people say, every time I hear someone talking about the little buddy from YouTube, they always be like, oh yeah, these guys are really sweet, they're really helpful. But when it comes to actually dealing with YouTube, they're more afraid and they can't do anything. But I know they would do something if they have the power. But if you contact YouTube personally, like email or like messaging, you just get like automatic response. It sounds like a robot is responding to you instead of getting a person, because like it sounds like you're supposed to get a person helping you. Instead, you're just getting a robotic thing that tells you, oh, you violated this community guideline. And then you said, well, no, I didn't, because I can prove it to you I just want money back, or I want my channel monetized again. But then they just bring up the same thing they were just talking about 2 emails ago. So, like, the whole state of YouTube is kind of like, it kind of sucks, Like, it's only profiting off the big YouTubers that bring in loads of cash and bring in loads of investors to YouTube. And a lot of people will be like, how you fix that? You fix it because, I can't tell you. Because it's a big platform. You can't revert back to being, not owned by Google. Like, you can try not being owned by Google and try getting investors, but still at the same time, you have to deal with investors. So you have a big pharmacy firm backing up YouTube, and someone says, something bad about the new product, you can't really let that slide on your platform. You have to. Big Pharma is going to say, like, I hate people slandering my medicine. You got to stop that. I'm losing profit right now. I'm losing stocks. So then you have to budge by the rules and how they deal with things about negativity to the company. Because if you don't, you lose your sponsor. You lose your investor. And that's a big deal because you need the servers running. You need people running. You need departments making sure YouTube's functioning and making sure nothing bad is happening on YouTube. So, like, I get why YouTube is kind of acting like this, more catering to big corporates, but at the same time, you're screwing over people that have been here since day one, who's been supporting YouTube from day one, been backing up YouTube from day one, and all in all, just, and then backing up YouTube, like I said, and then, being screwed over by YouTube because, they had to say something because, it's been bothering them, or it's been basically bothering YouTube channel. I'm not a big YouTuber. You can see back behind me, I only have 73 subscribers. That's not a lot, but that's a lot to me. If I get big, and then I'm worried about is that what I'm seeing right now as a small content creator is that I am getting screwed over as well. Because I'm having trouble getting likes, apparently. I can't really pull it up right now because I don't want you guys to see my personal information. But if you look at my YouTube videos, I'd be like, oh, this video has 30 likes, and this video has 100 views, it has good view amount and good like ratio. But then I go to the next video, has the same amount of views, but no likes. How come is that? The only like I have is from my channel, because I usually like my videos on my channel. So, like, what's going on with my likes, Sometimes I like with my other accounts, but, like, still, like, why am I losing likes, I want to upload a video, I get, like, 3 likes, somewhat instantly, because there's a bunch of people that I know that usually watch my videos instantly. But then next thing you know, I have 0 likes on my profile until I get 1 like from my YouTube channel when I like it. It's confusing. It's dumb. I don't know if this is a glitch or YouTube algorithm thinking that I'm just like having bots or something. I don't know. If there's any way I can fix it, I wish I can contact somebody. But like I said, I'm a small content creator. Yeah, so I think that was a good topic, and hopefully you guys kind of understand my point of frustration with YouTube and how it's catering with big corporates. Yeah, I think I'm good with this podcast. Hopefully everything's working out on you guys' end. Everything's going good. I hope I'm sounding better. I'm less nervous, but you probably can hear me being nervous at some points and getting a little distracted, so I'm sorry about that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And please follow me on Spotify, Pandora, or Apple Podcasts, all those sorts of stuff. I'll be linking it in the bio. And hopefully you guys have a good day. And I hope this podcast suits you well. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.